Hi everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel, Finding Value. Today on our Whole House Declutter series, we're doing something a little bit different. We are working in one of my daughter's bedrooms. Typically when I need to get a little bit of clutter out of my child's bedrooms, I ask my older daughter at least for help doing that, to try to just train her a little bit in knowing that not everything is important to keep, and that it's okay to donate or get rid of a few things to just make your space more peaceful. So we did that a couple months ago. I usually do it about twice a year before the holidays, and maybe before spring or summer, some other time where I feel like it's getting a little bit claustrophobic in her room and she could use a little bit of space. We typically get a laundry basket, and I just ask her to go through areas that I think there may be items she could get rid of, and we talk about them together, and she fills up a whole laundry basket, and that makes room for things that are coming into the house at gift giving time. And since we did that recently, we're not going to do that today. The thing that I think is actually cluttering her room a little bit right now is sentimental items, especially papers. So that is something that we're going to tackle today, really the visual clutter that can happen if things are not actually in their home. Things just kind of placed all over the walls, which is how she's liking to do things right now. So I'm gonna hopefully make a little bit better system where she can keep those really special things in plain sight, but it doesn't quite look as cluttered. So today's focus is not necessarily getting rid of a lot of items, it is just making the space look less visually cluttered. The first area of visual clutter that I want to tackle in this space is the sentimental papers that are on my daughter's wall. They are becoming a little bit like wallpaper, beautiful wallpaper, but it's a little bit too much for my eyes. I should note that she does not mind this at all. In fact, I think she loves to be surrounded by notes that people have written her and artwork, and I think that's wonderful. So we are just going to do it in a little bit less cluttered type of a way. The second area of visual clutter in this room that needs to be tackled are the bags that are hanging on the left. They just really need to be emptied and put away. And lastly, we have a couple items that are causing some visual clutter, like this large toy and book basket that do not have a home. So my daughter has taken all of those wonderful special coloring sheets, notes off of her wall, and we are going to do something a little bit more organized with them. Instead of just taping them wherever they seem to fit, we're going to have one giant display wall. We're going to use clothespins and attach them to the wall with 3M adhesive, I guess. And I've used that in the past. I know that that actually does come off when we want it to come off without tearing any paint or sheetrock off the walls. So we're going to do that today, and hopefully she can still see all of her precious papers, but it'll look a little bit more organized in her room. So I am about halfway through the project. I have one row of clothespins up already. I'm using tape to mark off the spaces where I want to put a clothespin, putting the clothespin like right above that tape so that I get them in a nice straight line. I have a mark on the tape every 15 inches so that they are spaced apart the way I want them. So that is how I'm trying to get it all lined up. I am finally done with the art wall, so now it is time to show you the before and after shots of this visual decluttering project. Now that we have a space for 15 different pieces of art or notes or anything sentimental my daughter wants to display, she has plenty of room for that, and it will still look neat and organized and tidy. My hope is that this is a training lesson that it is okay to have some boundaries and some limits, and to know that if this is important to my daughter, we will make a space for it, but it's also okay to have some limits. So 15 items will be able to be posted on this wall. So this will be a revolving art display. Here are the items that I spoke about before that needed homes. They've just kind of been pushed around the room and really didn't have their own place. I found a space underneath the table. Now this is not necessarily my favorite solution for avoiding clutter, but visually, after I put the chairs, which are just small little toy boxes, in front of the large toys, I can no longer see them, and that solves the visual clutter problem for me. Additionally, if we like having this little table on the right in this location, I will be painting it green. The other item that needed a home was this book basket. It had been delegated to the floor for a while, but is back on the nightstand in its right place. And for the other side of the bedroom, we needed to take down this wallpaper of lovely notes from my daughter's friends, take everything out of those bags and put them away, just empty out this space. There is no more visual clutter, and the things that we value are there, especially the Legos. And for those Lego fans out there, this is my daughter's Lego City. Basically, she gets the Lego kits, does those, enjoys those a lot, takes it all apart, and makes her own creations, which is really fun. So thank you for watching this visual declutter video of my child's bedroom. She's very excited about the outcome of it. She already did want to tape some things up to the wall though, so it'll be a challenge to try to stick to this 15 items that we can have displayed at one time. Like I said before, this was not really a way to get rid of a lot of items in her room. We're not doing a true declutter. It's more of that visual declutter. But she did end up getting rid of a couple boxes and a bunch of random scrap paper that we found, and one item that will be put in our garage sale pile. I am very satisfied with the intentionality that we had about what things were chosen to put up on the wall, and now that we have a limit to how many things can be placed up in plain sight, I think that that will really help with stopping all that visual clutter. And we made a home for a few other items that were kind of getting in our way. So I think that my daughter and I are both very satisfied with this. I hope that if you are having a few items that really need a home, that have not had a home in a while, you take time to go through the rest of the room and figure out what could be moved, what could be gotten rid of, so that you can find that space for that item and always have a place to put it. And if visual clutter is just kind of messing with you a little bit, it'll be really nice to find a way to organize that. So I hope that this video inspires you. If you want to see more videos like this where I am decluttering and organizing our home, I would love to have you subscribe. In 2021, I am going through 52 spaces in my home with you. I'm showing you all of these messy spaces and hopefully decluttering them, organizing them so that they will really work for my family. My goal is to not have so much clutter, to rearrange and move from place to place to place and pick up all the time, so that we can really focus on the things that we find valuable in our life. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Happy Easter. It's coming up soon.